Hello folks, the old deplorable basket case here, back again, with another reply from VanHoose, who left comments on my videos with response to his comment. And this is quite a doozy of a comment, at least twice as long as the first. For a person that wants to keep things civil, you certainly throw around a lot of insults. I didn't swear, you did. You're right, you didn't swear, I did. I wasn't an asshole. You were. You have no moral superiority on that point. Means of production are not labor. Means of production are the things people use to produce. Labor is a separate category. Look up any definition on Google. Firstly, I am not going to take the basis of any philosophy of mine on any random Google search. Secondly, capitalists and, people like you have different ideas about a lot of things, different definitions for a lot of things. One of the things on which we differ is a definition of a means of production, which is the entire point of my original video, to tell people what things look like from a capitalist point of view, so we can hopefully have a open, honest, reasonable discussion and avoid this kind of thing. It's not hard. It's not hard to understand. I think I was pretty clear the first time I said it. You said that in capitalism you own all of what you produce in your videos, and clearly what you meant is the money form of what you produce. No, I mean what people produce. Everything that I produce, I have a right to. Everything, whether it's money or not. Money is nothing. Money is a medium of exchange. It's not nothing per se. Money is important, because without money, we couldn't have an economy like we have today, or like we actually think of it as an economy. Nobody's talking about the goods or services directly. Maybe I was, in a way, because what I produce is money, yes, and goods and services. Everything that I produce, whether it's convertible into money or not. We're talking about the money form, the goods and services you produce in its money form. Who's this we, Kimosabe? You don't talk for me. I talk for me. You talk for you. Keep that straight. You're being an asshole again. Please remember what you say. I remember what I said, all right. Thank you very much. The subsistence wage you make working a minimum wage may appear fair. Yes, it does to me. But trust me, it's not fair. Let me think, is there any possible way I can say this without swearing at you? Really not. Fuck off. My life is my life. Your life is your life. You have no right to go telling me whether any deal I enter into is fair or not. If I ask you your opinion, then you're certainly free to give it. If I ask for your advice, then I would clearly appreciate you giving me your advice. I didn't ask for this. You have no right to be telling me. You have no right to be telling me this at all. You're on the opposite end of the world from me. We're in completely different circumstances. I take care of me. I will let you take care of you. Keep away from me on that. None of your business. The Walmart family owns more wealth than 40% of the U.S. population while hiring people for starvation wages. Capitalist labor exploitation is taking place. That billionaire family, who by the way inherited their wealth, doesn't deserve their wealth. That's not for you to say. That's not for any person to say that any other people do not deserve what they have if the people who have whatever it is did not get it by stealing it. Now, do people working at Walmart not get some rough treatment? I don't know. I've never worked at Walmart. I'm certainly willing to believe they are. But, it's not the business of any third party to step in and say, this is right, this is wrong. It is the business of the people who are involved to work out an equitable arrangement for the two parties. Not for you, not for me. That is capitalism. Productivity is the point. If the money from your productivity is not compensated for fully, you are being exploited. Yeah, okay. And what if the employer feels that his money is not being properly compensated by my productivity? Then I'm exploiting him, aren't I? But I don't think you look at it that way, which is not fair, because everyone should be treated equally, or everyone should be treated fairly. Everyone should be treated to the what's the word? No one should be exploited against their will. Fair enough? Okay. If I and my employer can enter into a consensual agreement with each other, he pays me money, I work for him, then that's us. Neither of us is being exploited because we both agreed to it. Both of us is profiting from this arrangement. This is not exploitation. This is capitalism. Incidentally, delusional Chinese slaves working in sweatshops, making goods for dollars a day, they're also getting a deal that to them is fair. If it wasn't fair to them, they wouldn't do it. Also, if they're being paid, it's not slavery. That's a very important point. Slavery is a big deal. Slavery is serious. Slavery is not something, it's not some title you can just slap on anything you want. Capitalism is theft. The rich have accumulated their wealth after generations and generations of unpaid labor in capitalism. No, you utter... If it's paid labor in capitalism, then it's not unpaid labor. Not hard. Socialism is the public ownership of the means of production. The reason we support the public ownership of the means of production is because the capital of society has been built up by the working class. The capital of society has been built up by everyone who is a part of society. And everyone who is a part of society has a right to own what they produce. And whether that people produce things by being smart or just by parlaying their labor for money, people have a right to what they have. Saying that the Democratic Party is left-wing is absolutely hilarious. Okay. How many Democrats advocate public ownership of the means of production? That is not the definition of left-wing. Really, it's not. They don't even support universal college, which is what much of the industrialized world has adopted. Well, define they, because many people in the Democratic Party have spoken in support of that, have said they would work for that. The Democratic Party is an arch-conservative capitalist party. They are not. They are so not. Bought by Wall Street, the weapons industry, and Big Pharma. Yes, that is absolutely true. They are bought by the Wall Street, the weapons industry, and Big Pharma. I'm a capitalist. I'm a conservative. We are for individual liberty, individual rights. That is conservatism. You make so many unsubstantiated claims. Unsubstantiated claims! Oh, wow. Okay. We'll get back to that. Do you have any proof that the working class would have privilege and power at the workplace when rich business owners have influence over the government? You're making a totally non-falsifiable claim. Okay. I said that the working class can have privilege and power at the workplace when rich business owners do not have influence over the government. When there is a strict separation between business and government, the working class have power and privilege. That is what I said. Remember what I say. Large-scale industry is very complex. It's also very necessary. Yes, and oxygen is good. You did not say anything about large-scale industry being complex. You said that complex organizations are necessary. They're not. I like to see small proprietors carry out research and development on a new vaccine. Yeah, that happens. People do that. Here in Israel, for example, lots of people are doing that. A new, a new test for breast cancer, a blood test for breast cancer, very effective, very non-invasive, was invented by quite a small group of people working together. Small operators are less efficient and are not able to take advantage of the latest and best technology and organizational techniques. Okay. My father happened to know the guy who made one of the components, one of the control components, on the rotor assembly on Huey attack helicopters. A guy who had a bunch of tools, and he made them in his workshop. He worked in his pajamas, for goodness sake. Clearly, this small proprietor was able to work very efficiently because he was able to compete with every other company and every other individual out there who would want to be making that component. Socialism will take advantage of the techniques of corporatism while eliminating the immense class divisions capitalism and corporatism have brought about. Okay. Unsubstantiated claims, anyone? Yeah, that is very unsubstantiated. In fact, it is absolutely false. I say it is absolutely false based purely on the fact that every single time that socialism has ever taken over a country, that has not been the result. Let's look at what you said about capitalism and corporatism on your last video. A corporation is not capitalist. Yes, I said that I was establishing the difference between corporatism and capitalism. I go on to say that some corporations do operate capitalistically. Remember what I say. Okay. Ron Paul, a rustic libertarian icon, said that prohibiting corporate influence on government is a violation of free speech. Okay. Ron Paul, that is one individual person. You name one individual person who said that. You did not. You say libertarian. Earlier, you said libertarians and conservatives. Remember what you say. You said flat out, libertarians and conservatives. All of them. That is what you said. And now you name one libertarian. That's the best you can do. You know, this is not at all fun because all I wanted to do was share my viewpoint, to offer a look through my eyes to other people who are not me, to make possible a respectful, open debate. Not a disrespectful, ignoring everything I said except the things you wanted to take issue with, which is what you did. This is pointless. This is not productive, and I'm stopping this conversation right now. So, VanHoose, thank you for sharing your opinion. Thank you for sharing your viewpoint. I am glad that I have now another reason to dislike socialists, as if I needed another one. But that's all I have to say. Thank you everyone for watching. Please comment below with anything you have to say. I'd like to know what you think. Have a good day, and God bless.